Okay, check this out. I have genuinely always wondered, how do they make those super long time lapses? You know, the ones that go on for days, weeks, or even months. Do they set up a normal camera like every single day in the same spot? They swap batteries, swap memory cards, and who's risking their precious Sony A7 IVs or Nikon Z cameras or something like this? It turns out there's actually a camera built specifically only for this. And honestly, I didn't even know a camera like that existed until now. Dun, da, 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 dun, dun, dun. Look at this. This is the Brinno TLC5000. And Brinno did sponsor today's video, so I can show you exactly what it does. It's tiny, it's ultra light, but once you put it inside this power housing, this little thing can run for months outdoors. And it's not just for photographers messing around. It's built for a serious long-term project. So think documenting construction sites, outdoor brand installations, or anything where you need time-lapse running 24/7 without babysitting it. The entire kit is named BCC5000, and it comes with the TLC 5000 4K time-lapse camera, then the ATH5000 power housing, IP65 rated, weather resistant. And that housing slots up to 3 rechargeable battery packs. One of them is right here because I've had it running for weeks, which I'll show you in a moment. So 1 battery, 2, 3, and then there's 1 inside the camera. So again, this comes with 2 batteries, but you can install up to 4 batteries total. And then we have this monster clamp that locks it into place even in rough conditions. So I installed this in 2 very different places, and it was really easy to install it with this clamp. And then it has this very nice ball head, kind of like a magic arm situation that you put your camera on top here. What is really interesting, there is no LCD on the camera. Instead, you just set it up through 1 button. There's just 1 button to start and stop, and then there's 1 button to set up the intervals. So it's just like you can have 10 seconds, 30 seconds, 1 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute, or custom, and that's it. And then you press start and it starts recording. It does have micro USB memory cards, so you put the memory card inside here, and then USB connection to connect to those batteries that are those external batteries, except that one that is inside. But the real power comes with remote access. So first, you do need to connect to this camera via Bluetooth to your computer. It uses a simple web interface, and it's pretty easy to set up. And from there, you can also enable Wi-Fi. And that gives you fully remote access, like monitoring. Because with Bluetooth, you obviously need to be in range to operate it. But with Wi-Fi, you can access it from anywhere you have connection. So you can literally log in, see battery levels, check recordings, even download clips while the time-lapse is running. And that's a huge deal for anyone shooting commercial time-lapse projects, because normally you'd have to drive out to the location every single day, check it out, check the memory card, check the batteries, and so on. But this just works without you doing anything. You can even check the live view feed from the camera remotely. And okay, you might be, also look at this. I literally had it running for 17 days. It has some spider web here, and like it is such an exciting product. It's a very niche product, but super exciting. Okay. You might be wondering, okay, like all these features are cool, but does it actually take good photos? So this thing is actually quite packed with tech, even though it has rather small and compact size. So let me hit the highlights. First of all, it has through 4K video made from photos, so stitched from photos, with a Sony Starvis 2 sensor. So it actually has Sony sensor in it, and it handles HDR and low light surprisingly well, which I'm going to show you in a second. It has 118-degree wide angle lens, which is perfect for capturing like big scenes. So you can just put it and everything is in the frame. And then it has massive battery life. Brinno's calculator online says that with 2 batteries, so the ones that are included, at a 5-minute intervals, you can get 80 days of operations without touching it. and then add one more battery and it can go for 3 months straight. And then you can hot swap batteries. So after they depleting, you can just, come every 3 months and take 2 of them and then put 2 new ones. So for my personal test, I run it on 1-minute intervals because I knew I won't be running it for months. So I needed a smoother footage, which I'm going to show you in a second. And obviously it lasted, I think I depleted 30% of battery over 3 weeks of testing. And on the call with Brinno, I actually asked them what's their longest documented project. And they told me that it was 3 years, and it was with their previous model of this camera on 4 AA batteries. So insane numbers, pretty crazy. I would love to see time lapses like this. Obviously, it's weather sealed, rain, dust, wind, no problem. So this thing is basically a set and forget time lapse box. So what's my results? I personally decided to try it out and to make some interesting time lapses. This is very exciting to me. In terms of doing something that you cannot really do with anything else. So first, I mounted it on one roof that I had access to just to get the idea of the operation of the camera. Sadly, there was not much happening over the few days of testing, but still it's run with 0 problems and the footage, just look at it, it's crystal clear. So next, I decided to use my brother's balcony. So he lives downtown Warsaw and there's construction site going on just under his nose. Sadly, it's not super busy in terms of the constructions. Apparently they wait for some new trees or something, but still this time lapse, which ran for 17 days, is definitely way more interesting than the first one. And on a technical note, setup at his place was super easy. I just set it up once, I mounted it, I connected it to Wi-Fi, and I just let it roll. Normally, I'd be swapping memory cards or batteries every day, but here I just logged in remotely, I checked that it was still running, then I watched the footage build up, and voila, it was working. And then after 17 days, I just showed up and looked at the spider's web and just, dismounted. And if you don't have access to any network, the camera will still operate and record all the footage to micro SD. So who is this for? Now, it's definitely a very niche camera. I'm not gonna lie. When they approached me, I knew that I know some pros that might use it, but it's not something you would use at a wedding day or on holiday. But I know many of you are also commercial photographers. And if you're a commercial photographer, a filmmaker, or you work with clients who need, a construction or brand installations documented, this thing pays for itself, and I know many of you who do work with clients requiring some form of documentation. So, knowing that something like this exists, now you can actually offer it as additional service to your clients, and then if they agree, you buy it, for example. So instead of worrying about killing your expensive DSLRs or mirrorless cameras on a project like this, you just leave this on site and walk away. Check the link in the description for Amazon link, or you can go directly to Brinno's website, also linked below. Now I'm actually going to put it on my balcony and make a time lapse of seasons changing, because I would love to see summer going to fall, going to winter in just one long time lapse. And now I'm curious, what would your time lapse, if you had a camera like this, be if you could run it for months? Let me know in the comments and I'll see you in the next video.